So it's about 4 in the morning. My wife is still asleep. I'm about to get her up. And then we're gonna head over to our local Best Buy to try to get SNES Classic Edition, which is the successor to came out earlier this year. We were able to get this in April. We got 2 of them at the very same Best Buy we're going to. And I was also able to land my Nintendo Switch in March. So I'm pretty confident we'll be able to get at least one of them. I'm trying to get 2. Around 6 o'clock or 7, they start passing out these blue tickets. Well, they were blue last time. And basically, if you don't have a ticket, you won't get a system when the store opens. And I'm really stoked on getting this because I've always been a gamer. I've been a gamer since I was a kid, starting with Atari. But I never ever had a Super Nintendo. Well, let me explain. I had a Sega Genesis. A lot of my friends did have a Super Nintendo. You know, I'd borrow their system and play certain games or when I'd go to their house, but I never actually owned one. I owned the original Nintendo Entertainment System. I got the N64, I had the GameCube. I skipped the Wii, both Wiis actually, the Wii U 2, and then I have a Switch, and I also have my Nintendo 3DS, which I love. I definitely want this because there's several games on it that, like I said, I never got a chance to play from beginning to end or play at all. Like Earthbound, Yoshi's Island, Super Metroid, Link to the Past. I want to play the new Star Fox, Super Mario World, Donkey Kong. So anyway, all that good 16-bit stuff. It is kind of nostalgic because I do remember the system. I do remember how many great games they released. And like I said, whenever I went to my friend's house, we'd play Street Fighter, even though Genesis had a version of it that was pretty much the same. But I played a lot of stuff on it. So it'd be really cool for me to have one. And, you know, I have my fingers crossed that we'll be able to land one, hopefully 2. It's 1 per customer, so I'm going to buy one. My wife's going to buy one. We pretty much did the same thing we're going to go stand in line and see what happens. And hopefully when the sun is up, I'll have 2 of these motherfuckers. So it's about like 5 in the morning. We just got here and already there's a good amount of people here. Maybe like 25 people, 30 possibly. So I'm gonna go over here and see if we can get one of these. So the time now is about 6:30. The sun's finally up. People are still showing up. We now have like a line of like 45 to 50 people. When we got here, there was like 25 or 26 people. My wife and I were like 27, 28. And even as I'm recording this, people are still showing up in the lot. The line is really long. It's like way longer than when the NES Classic Edition, the one that came out earlier this year. The line is way longer like for this one than that one. And I think mainly it's because people are paranoid that they're not going to get one. People don't want to pay scalper prices. They remember what happened last time and, you know, they don't want to be asked out, and I don't blame them. I'm just hoping we can at least get one. It would be nice. So you got to come back by 1 to claim your SNES.
Guys, I appreciate your patience, man. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we open at 10 and then we have 2 at 1 o'clock.
So you got to have one of these to be able to get the SNES. You don't have one of these, you're asked out.
They're not open till 10.
But I'm not like one of these people that just showed up, so I don't know about these folks. I don't think they're going to get one. But we shall see. Booyah. Man, there's a shitload of motherfuckers here. The line is mad long.
Guys, we're going to probably slow.
We're 1 step closer to getting our Super Nintendo Classic Edition. There it is. We're in business. It's cool. You get all these games. And even got a extension cord. Can't wait to go home and fire this up. Alright. I got my SNES Mini. I look at all those people behind me. They're still waiting. Some of them are going to get it. Some of them aren't. If you don't got a ticket, you're shit out of luck. As they say, the early bird gets the worm. I've been up since 5 in the morning. Actually 4. We've been here since 5. And we're back. So we just got back from Best Buy and we landed 2 of these. I gotta give it to Best Buy because their system is well organized. Like there was no chaos. They came out, they gave everybody a ticket at like 7 in the morning, even though they open at 10, to let you know pretty much ahead of time if you're gonna be able to get one of these. That way you're not just standing in line, you know, hoping. Like for instance, there's a Toys R Us across the street and they had like a longer line than the Best Buy. And people started coming over from there saying that they only had like 20 of them in stock. And they had them standing there like the whole freaking day until the sun came up at like 9 or something. And finally they were like, oh, by the way, we only have 20. So unlike Toys R Us, Best Buy let you know ahead of time that they had these. So that way you're not standing in line wasting your time. As a matter of fact, several of the people from Toys R Us lucked out because they came right when they were handing out the ticket. But people kept coming at 9, 10, like when we were leaving, and they were asked out. And I kind of felt sorry for them at first, but then I kind of thought about it and I was like, I don't. Mainly because if you really wanted one of these, you already knew, like the hype surrounding the original NES, you knew the hype surrounding the Switch. You should know by now about like the shortage and the massive demand for these things. So if you really wanted one, you could have showed up early like we did, like everyone else did. I didn't want to be up at like 3 or 4 in the morning standing in line. All those people camping out, they didn't want to be doing that, but we wanted the system, so we did it. And if all of those people that did that got one. So all the people that showed up at 10 like, oh, you know, the tickets are sold out already, oh, I'm not gonna get one. Like, come on, seriously? You didn't really want one. So anyway, we landed 2 of them. Thank you to my wife. She didn't have faith we would get them, but we did. And so now she has one and I have one, and we're good. Let's do some comparisons here. Like I said, I got an extension cord. Supposedly the control on this one is 4.5 feet, I believe. It's a little longer than the one that came with the original NES Mini, because like this one, got an extension cord for that one too, because like it was super short. That was like a huge complaint people had. Like, I mean, I don't even think the original Nintendo Entertainment System had a short cord like that. But this cord definitely helped, and we had got a wireless control for that one, and pretty good. This one has, I think, 21 games built in, whereas the NES Classic had 30. Obviously this was $60, this is $80. I think both of these systems are really good values. The only complaint I have with both of them, and it's the only complaint I have, is that there's not like a way to reset the game when you're sitting down from the control. You have to physically get up and press the reset button every time you want to go back to the main menu, but it's just a small complaint. I guess when you consider, you know, back in the day, that's pretty much what you had to do. You had to get up and hit the button, put the cartridge in. With these though, everything's built in, so that's just one small gripe. So let's see what's in here. We got the instruction manual, old school type poster. Like I said, the warranty. Now let's see the star of the show. There we go. It's pretty much the same size as this one, I think. Yeah, pretty cool. Constantly I see people say, especially people that haven't been able to get one of these or that one, either one, they'll be like, well, why don't you just get an original Nintendo or Super Nintendo at a retro store? Yeah, you could do that. Then you got to get all 21 games, and you know, whereas I could put this in like my small like backpack, my camera bag, take it with me, plug it in through HDMI. I can save my games. Can the original ones do that? No, that's why a lot of people are going crazy for this thing. We got the plug, the AC plug, and this time, that's another difference, they came with 2 controls instead of 1. The NES Mini came with 1 control. You had to buy a separate one if you wanted 2 controls. So, which is really cool that they came with 2, because like games like Street Fighter or Mario Kart obviously are 2-player games. Got the controls, we got the system, we got our HDMI cable, and that's about it. It's straightforward, and This thing, you know, it feels like it's well made. Like the original Nintendo, we bought the NES. I like the menu layout. The menu layout, from what I've seen on YouTube, seems the same on this one. And like, you know, the controls well built. Like, it's a quality product. It's not like one of those third-party retro systems that they sell for Sega or Atari. Like, these are well made. So I give it to Nintendo. Like, this is a really cool package for 80 bucks. Makes a great gift. I have no complaints. So I'm a happy camper, and we pulled it off. So we were standing outside at Best Buy from 5 in the morning. We finally got let in at 10. We're in and out once the doors open. Oh, I have to go to sleep because I'm freaking tired. I'm gonna get some sleep and then fire this thing up once I get up. I mean, that's it.